Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson down at the Beverley, where the Saints have returned to winning ways with a 1-0 win against Hampton and Richmond Borough. We had better of what I thought was a pretty poor first half in. Second half we bossed it, thoroughly deserved the points, and maybe should have made it a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I think you're right. There wasn't a lot in the first half. I didn't think the conditions made it a spectacular game to watch in terms of the wind. It was a bit blustery. I think it was two teams were filling each other out really, but I felt we had the better of the chance in the first half, though we didn't look like we were going to score. And as you say, second half it was very good. I thought we looked strong, we looked powerful, we created lots of chances, and I think you did right. The only thing that probably let us down in the end is we didn't score more goals than what we did, and you know, you're still hanging on there 1-0 with sort of 5 minutes to go, and they could have quite easily got an equaliser from nowhere when we should have really been out of sight by the time we got to the 90th minute.
Conditions weren't great. We had a bit of rain now and then, quite a deceptively strong wind, and that ball, when it goes on that far side over there away from the stand, it seems to run away very quickly. Yeah,
and unfortunately, you know, this time of year we're going to get these sort of weathers, and we've got to overcome all that. I thought, you know, full credit to Hampton. I thought the pitch played really well. You know, we're into February next week, and the condition of the pitch was excellent. But as I say, it was difficult with the wind and the conditions. But I felt we probably adapted it a little bit better than what they did, even though, you know, they created 1 or 2 chances in the first half. I felt second half for the long periods we were totally in command, and as you said earlier, if we'd have gone and got a second, I think, you know, we'd have seen the game out quite comfortable. But you know, they've always got an opportunity. They threw everybody forward, starting to get the ball forward, and it caused us 1 or 2 little scares. But you know, I felt defensively we looked really strong today, which was good from our point of view.
Genuine quality was in short supply, but the finish by Zane Bantam for the goal, that was calmness personified.
Yeah, I think Zane's got that. We know he's got that. You know, as I said to you, he's probably had the first sort of 3 months of this year was probably wasted from his point of view. But he's taken his chance now and grabbed it and been excellent for us. But not only that the finish was good, I felt the build-up was good. You know, we've passed it into Cow's back flick. If you see Man City doing things like everyone's going over the top in terms of how great the football was, but from our point of view, it was a great goal. You know, I've said all along, these players have got lots of quality, and at times we don't show it enough in games. And today, I think, you know, with the goal we've came up with trumps. They showed the quality and a great finish from Zane in terms of keeping his calmness and just putting it in the bottom corner.
The team was unchanged. Well, we had 1 new signing on the bench, but it's unchanged because you haven't got many to choose from still.
No, we're still going along as we are. But as I said all along, it's give fantastic opportunities to some of the fringe players, and they've grabbed their chance. So you know, as I've said, you know, we'll look at what we have to do when we play Western next week, what personnel we might have to bring in or leave out. But you know, the players that have come in for the last 2 games have been outstanding. They've been great in terms of the way they've applied themselves. All done the jobs extremely well, and now we've got to try and take it forward to next week. But you know, we're another week down the line with David Noble and Ben Hurd, who are doing a little bit more than what they were doing sort of 7 days away. Sam Merson, you know, we've done a lot more with him today, and hopefully, you know, he could be for selection next week. And then we've got Clovis is back now, but he's just feeling a little bit worse for wear from an 18-hour journey coming back yesterday from Cameroon. So it's getting better. By the time hopefully we go into next week, or certainly the week after, we won't be far away from being at full strength. We brought young Liam in from Milton Keynes to give us some more depth in the squad, but also he can play on either wing or the number 10 role. We're a little bit short in them areas at the moment. If Cal picks an injury up or Zane picks an injury up, we haven't really got anyone that can come in and cover them. And you know, to be fair, both of them today were outstanding, Cal and Zane both. So by Liam being on the bench might give them a little bit of a kick up the backside to make sure they perform to a good level, and they've both done that today. So it's good in that way. As I say, we've got a good training session this week in terms of Tuesday and Thursday, and then we can sit down and see where we are by the time we get to Saturday of next week.
That win has put us in a really good position in the league, still outside the playoffs, but we're up their level on points with the teams in there, in 8th position, and the next 2 games against sides right down struggling to avoid relegation.
Well, you can say a team is struggling to avoid relegation, but I think Western Supermare's form has been as good as anybody's at the moment. I see they've beaten Slough 2-0 today. So, as I've said all along in this league, the minute you don't respect the opposition or you underestimate the opposition is the minute, you know, we feel flat on our face. At the moment it's been good. We've had 2 defeats I think in 11 games, but we have to respect Western. They're a fantastic footballing side, and if we don't respect them next week, then we'll come off there quarter to 5 next week. I think, you know, at the moment we need 3 points because everybody else around us is winning games. We've got to keep winning. If somebody said to me you're going to be where we are with a third of of the season to go, it snaps your hands off, especially at the little spell we had in October again. But I've said all along, once we start playing week in, week out, I think we're half decent side. And we've got some really good players there, and we've got some really honest boys who put their head and neck on the line for us. And all I can say is, congratulations to them today, because I thought they were outstanding as a team.
Lovely, thanks very much, Ian. We'll keep it short because we've been told again to switch the lights off shortly.
Thanks, David.
Right, Saints next in action, that's next Saturday, the 2nd of February, when visitors to Clarence Park are Western Supermare, National League South. Kick-off is at 3 p.m.